Welcome back again, and thank you for keeping up. I know this is getting heated. I know you want to know more. I know you want to learn more and understand more. That is why we are here with this special guest, because we will be learning a lot today. And again, I will remind you, don't misuse your space, don't mess up your funds. Save right and use your money right. That is why we have DreamWorks Investment Limited Company as the best company you can collaborate with or you can partner with when it comes to projects, when it comes to rentals, buildings, and anything else. They are here for you. So just give them a contact and they will give it to you. Now, back to the session.
Yes.
So whose responsibility is it to educate this young man, this young boy?
Now, you see, what happens is that where does a child come from? It comes from the family.
Yeah.
True. Yes. And I also want to take you a little bit back to 2020 when we had a total lockdown of the country.
Yeah.
The schools were closed. And therefore, where did the child go to? The child went back home.
Yes, true.
So the responsibility of educating this child is not supposed to be left to the teachers. Neither is it supposed to be left to the medics. Neither is it supposed to be left to the practitioners in the HIV field. The responsibility is 100% with the society. Everybody has a role to play. But also remember, it starts back at the family level. Because as a family, we need to set that culture of excellence in our families. And the culture of excellence could be broken down by, of course, maybe things like ailment. So we have to start within our family setup and start discussing anything that is going to affect negatively the progress of the boy and the men. Also the girls and the women.
And the women.
Because, of course, a society, as we said, is made up of those three genders. So the responsibility of educating the child, the boy child, the man, is 100% with the society. Everybody in the society has a stake to play.
Recently,
Yes,
there have been proposals of introducing maybe protections, condoms to schools, to high schools, to primary sections. Do you think that is still a move or a step towards teaching them or making them know?
You see, what we would really advocate for, look at a boy. When does the sexual organ stop growing, even for a girl? Around the age of 21, 20, depending on the where that person comes from. And so when you advocate for these children to use a condom, they are not yet mature. They're not fully developed. Okay? The same case, and that's why you don't advocate for adolescent sex. You advocate for abstinence. Why? These people are not yet mature. Including the girls, they are not yet mature. Body-wise, physically, they may be mature in terms they are menstruating, because that means they can get pregnant. But when now it comes to delivering, are they really developed fully to be able to go through the labor process? Most probably not.
Okay.
And the same case happens to the boys. When they're having sex, they're having it for fun. Because remember, there's that cultural intimacy. We have said the cultural influence.
Yeah, true.
If you look at the boy aged, let me speak about the circumcising communities. Boys aged 13, 14, that's when they go through the rites of passage.
Yeah.
After that rite of passage, depending on where they have been in seclusion during the healing process, the traditional seclusion, they normally get a lot of advice. Some of them in quotes. You see, for example, I come from the Kikuyu community, and there's that aspect that after the circumcision, you're supposed to go and have sex with at least the first female, so that you're like cleansed. At that point, they are not even mature. They are not even fully healed. So it is not ideal to introduce issues of protection to the children. We are going to divert their concentration from their core business, of course, studies, and take them to thinking about sex in the comfort that they would not have HIV infection when they use protection. But then when we go back to the facts, I know recently you hosted someone in charge of STIs and aid coordination. I don't know whether you discussed this, but there are other STIs that you can contract even when you're using condom.
Oh, okay.
You see? So even if we tell them that, for example, the genital warts, they would call, and that is a viral infection, which has no cure, and is quite not appearing to the eyes. So when we tell them to start using condom at that age, and they're still developing, chances are that they would also get the other infections now, which are also viral infections, and the genital warts, the genital herpes, and when they get that, they may not get HIV directly at that particular moment. But these other viral infections act as conduits for HIV infection. Because, for example, the genital warts has got some, it's like some growths, which sometimes get tear, and when they get those tears, they are painful. Of course, it is an open skin. When having a sexual contact and they have open skin with someone who is HIV positive, there are chances that they would be infected. So it is important for us to get out of that discussion for children to use protection. And let us continue with the discussion of abstinence.
Strictly abstinence.
Yes.
So I believe by shaping a man, you have to start from below, dealing with the boys first.
Yes, yeah.
So do you think the way men live, like the way men do, yes, we are trying to shape the boy's life, but do you think a male's presence in a boy's life can also affect the way they live or the way they grow?
Yes, it has a lot of influence. Because remember I said that by nature, males have got their way of doing things, and female have got their way of doing things. So when a boy has a male figure around, and permit me to say this, they would not start thinking that putting a bra is a normal thing in the society for male, because they will not see a male putting on a bra but a vest. Okay? So just using that example, when you go now to the other aspect, they would be able to enumerate what the males are doing. That's now in the interventions that you're looking at, we have to start with the boys as they grow, and also intervene among the men who are already grown, so that they can be able to change their behavior. Remember, you cannot change someone's behavior.
Yeah, true.
I'm the only one who can change my behavior, but you can influence me to change my behavior. So we want to influence men to change their behavior, and there are so many things that we normally do as men that would expose us to HIV.
Yeah, true.
So the same case for the boys, we want them to grow knowing things that would expose them to HIV infection. Okay, and maybe I think by so doing, it would be easier now for the country to achieve the target of ending HIV infection by 2030. Yes.
Well, today we have been observing. Actually, we had talked about men and boys, but mostly we have focused on boys because to be a man, you have to come from being a boy first, and to mold a man, you have to mold his boy first. So I think we will be having another session now, speaking on behalf or towards the in between, the male in between,
the adolescents and the youth,
and the youth,
and also remember that the new HIV infections are prevalent among the adolescents and the youth mostly. And as you had said earlier, it's because the current generation has a lot of exposure to sexual materials at the touch of a button. No, unlike those 90s, the millennials, it was a different story altogether. It was maybe through some few books here and there, but for the current generation, they have it at the touch of a button. So adolescents and young persons. Remember, there's the issue of the triple threat, and you're looking at GBV, you're looking at the teen pregnancy, and you're also looking at the new HIV infections. And therefore, the driver of all these things mostly is a young man.
That is a very broad topic, and it needs its own specific time. So since time is up for us, and time, has decided today is not the day.
Mhm.
No, thank you very much for the
Yes.
session. We have learned a lot, and
Yeah.
we hope that maybe you'll come again so
Yes.
that we can proceed
Yeah.
with these topics, so that we can learn more.
Yeah.
Because to mold our society, we need to listen. We need
Sure,
to
sure.
understand,
Mm.
and we need to handle the new generation. And as we are growing and as we are targeting to change things by 2030,
Yeah.
we need to be open to listening and learning.
Yes, yes.
So if anyone by any chance wants to get to you, how can they get to you?
Even before I go to how they can get us, let us remember that we're heading to the festival season.
Yeah, true.
And as we had started, let us as a society take charge of our children to ensure that they do not overindulge in celebrations. It is during overindulgence that the teens get pregnant. We have cases of GBV going on, and also the cases of new HIV going on. During those, I hear wanazita sherehe. During the sherehes, and it has been a lengthy holiday for our children. So it is important that we be cautious, we be more extra cautious. So Partners in Arts and Contemporary Development is, as I said earlier, is based in Embu. We are hosted at St. John's House, Embu, St. John's Ambulance, Embu.
Oh,
yes, it is called St. John. That's why we are hosted. And of course, our operations are cross-cutting in the entire county of Embu and the neighboring counties. We're in Kirinyaga, we're in Tharaka Nithi, our neighbors Murang'a, our neighbors Machakos, because the idea is to make sure that things work and works for the best of our community.
Wow.
And as a TOT in the boys and male engagement, when it comes to HIV prevention, it starts with me. Before someone takes the next step to engage into any behavior that would lead them to having a HIV infection, they need to ask themselves, using the story of the greedy hyena. Yeah? Yes.
So thank you very much, and we hope to have you again.
Thank you.
So I have enjoyed the session, and I am so grateful and honored for your presence.
Thank
and
you.
Also to our viewers, thank you very much for keeping up and keeping in touch. Again, until next time, this is the Health Hub Show, and I would like to remind you again, don't invest in the wrong company. That is why we have DreamWorks Investment Limited Company as your partner. All you need is to make a call, and they will deliver at your doorstep. So until next time, this is Nyambura Kamau.